Good Monday evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop and Happy New Year.
I know, right? I think we're a show late, right?
Well, when things come up, I can't blame it on me. So,
Sorry.
oh well, it's all good. It was a long Christmas break, a little bit longer than we had anticipated, but hey, we're back.
We are back, and it is a new year, 2026.
Oh
And
yeah.
hopefully we're already getting some dives under our belt.
Hey, well, it's the time is ticking down to that Bon Air trip, so
Yep.
you guys will be heading there in what, 2 months?
Yeah, just under, we're looking at just pretty much under 2 months now. Looking forward to it. Getting a lot of things finalized for that one. Soon we'll be having our pre-trip meeting and filling everybody in and what to expect, how we're going to organize it, get everybody on the same page, figure out how we're going to make this trip jive together. Is got a bunch of cogs that got to work. Everybody wants to do different things, so yeah, there's still a lot to do even though we're 2 months out.
Yeah, and it'll be here before you know it. That's the thing right there.
Yeah, actually, I got to order a new book now because mine is now outdated and there's a version 2.
Uh oh.
So, yeah, even though I could probably still use mine, I want to go on and get the version 2 and have the most up to date, you know.
Yeah, I don't think a whole lot has changed. I mean, it's not like they're dumping dive sites in the water left and right. So,
No, but, more maps are always helpful.
oh yeah,
Maybe some of the dive entries and exits have changed. So, get that stuff uh, in there. And they also have some good tidbits on, what food to go to or different little lunch spots to hit. That way you can get dive after dive after dive without much of a break in between.
yeah.
So yeah, a lot of good. I like that book. It's done very well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, it looks like Frank is in here, and of course, he is one of those that is going to be making the trek down with you. Mr. Todd's in here. Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, it's hard to believe that we just started the new year. What, 19 days ago, and
19 days ago.
we're
Yeah, we're already a
we're
month into
almost
it
done.
now.
Yeah, we're almost done with January.
Jeez.
Oh.
We'll be what? We got 4 months, then we'll be kind of soft opening the quarry for the spring season.
In April, yes, that is correct. Don't I, I just got the literally just got the hours calendar made. Opening weekend, April the 11th. So we are, yeah, just under, yeah, what, 4 months? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Not very good.
So but yeah, so I've got that fixing to start updating the website, getting that one put up there. So a lot of cool things going on. Of course, 2026 Women's Dive Day is going to be kind of the headline event for the year. I did get off the phone. We've got another demo set up. I'm waiting on the confirmation of dates, but there's going to be a Poseidon and something. Poseidon Fourth Element, I believe, is going to be doing a demo day one day in June, but I'm waiting on confirmation of when that one is. But yeah, so they're starting to line up. We're working on a public safety symposium that will be in September. So that will be something else that we're working on to add. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of things going on in the off season that most people don't ever see.
Yeah, I know. I'm just stoked really for our winter stuff we got going on. We just
Hmm.
got our Try Scuba set up over at the YMCA in Madisonville. And then we also have our Explorer program that we're trying to get lifted up for all our kids 8 to 10 years old.
Oh yeah,
So a lot of fun there. Trying to get the next generation involved. There's a lot of information, a lot of skills. If we can get start them right there at those young ages, they'll be much better divers in the future.
yep, you're exactly right. And then of course this last weekend we were out there getting ready for the new air system, working on it, or the upgrades, I should say. It's not
Dang,
really.
I haven't been able to fill my tank yet this year. Darn it!
Oh, it's still working. Yeah, we
uh,
haven't we haven't officially taken it offline. We can still fill cylinders. Um,
I'm still waiting for us to get down to do a winter trip so I can get my feet wet for then.
well,
So,
you are. You're
uh,
fixing to go to Bonaire in March. How much more winter
man,
trip do you
March.
want?
I'm thinking more like February myself.
Oh goodness gracious! But yeah, it's always a good idea if you got a big trip or something going. To get somewhere, and hopefully somewhere warm this time of year, and test the gear out.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few good warm spells. We make for some nice dive days, but a day like today, not so much.
It's not looking promising for the next week. I can tell you that right
Oh,
now, especially Saturday.
oh, jeez. that makes diving hard. I mean, the water's cold, but when the air is cold, that's
Yeah, yeah. You just, I mean, you can't escape it. I mean, it's really not a fun time, especially when you get out of the water or get out of the air, get out of the water into the air. Let me get it right here, and your dry suit starts forming icicles.
Yeah, I mean, instant. There's a white sheen on it from the ice that you're getting ready to break off.
You set your gear down on the equipment bench and it freezes. Now,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I tell you, I'm excited for 2026. A lot of stuff, like I said, is going on. Trying to get everything put together right now. But you've got Bon Air coming up in March. We've got 2 weeks in Roatan in February or in October, end of September, 1st of October. We've got Women's Dive Day going to have the first of hopefully a couple of 3 demo weekends going on. It's a lot of gearing up to be a pretty awesome season.
Yeah, and we have all our normal routine stuff going on. I'm looking forward to getting down to the water a little bit more, working on my instructor. So
Oh yeah.
that ought to be fun. You'll be seeing more me, more waterfronting. So
Yeah, JoJo, but when we get the system done for airfields, you're going to be like, man, y'all have made it so much nicer. Can I just go back to this now?
I don't know about that. My back's about had enough.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, so
Uh,
while we're on here chit chatting, if you guys have any trips planned or whatnot, throw them up in the comments. We would love to see what you guys are going to be doing in 2026. Hopefully, a lot of diving will be going on.
yeah, and maybe I can go with you.
Jojo, I don't think you're going to fit in a suitcase. Just
Ah, they make those really, really big ones though now.
yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
I don't know about meeting the 50-pound limit though. We might have to pay for the extra weight charge.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm afraid that it probably just would not be economically efficient.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not. So, in other news, we got our new Avelo cylinders in, and really we haven't. What was our last day? What, the 22nd? I believe was our last episode. Um,
yeah, just before Christmas. So
Yeah, just
it's
before Christmas,
really
and so Wally is now officially a Velo technician. So we were able to sit down and get those cylinders ready to rock and roll. So got a couple of small things to do to put them back into service, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing more Velo this year.
yeah. I mean, last year when I seen you in the water, I've never seen you in the water that much. You were in the water like every day. It's like wow,
Yeah,
something's really sparked for him to get in the quarry.
well, sometimes you have to sacrifice, and like that had to get the dives to be able to teach it. So it was a prerequisite. I'm not complaining. Trust me. I think I had more water time last year than I had in the last 2 years combined. So
Yeah,
definitely
I
not
mean,
not
literally, we
complaining.
were closing shop, and you had the side by side loaded with that thing. Like, where you go? Oh, he was going diving. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for the invite.
Got to get the time. Got to get the time. Well, and it's like any piece of equipment. If it's something that's new that you're not used to, then you definitely need to get it in the water, get used to it, get the kinks worked out. And Avelo's no different. I mean, it's a new way to dive, and so you got to get used to it. And it takes a little bit of getting used to, not having to mess with buoyancy control. And I was like, okay, if I breathe in real deep, I'm going up. If I exhale real deep, I'm going down. And it's, it takes getting used to. And, so just like a dry suit, if you've never been in a dry suit and you take a dry suit class, it's going to take you a few dives to kind of get that dry suit under control,
Yeah,
so
configuration's a big deal. I still have not got the configuration right with my side mount.
yeah.
Found my my single tank side mount. Haven't got it figured out yet. I'll get there.
Well, and here's something else, food for thought. You know, on average, how many dives does it take for a new diver, or I say for a diver, to be able to have a good grip on buoyancy? Maybe not master buoyancy, but a good grip on it. That's a good question.
Like
So
50 dives or so.
I think I think it takes a little bit more than 50 dives, especially
It's
if
a
you
little bit
don't
more.
have your gear until 20 or 30
Oh,
dives into.
yeah. I mean, having your gear's a big change. No, I mean, you gotta really get out there. I mean, we try to teach you how to do it, but it's almost one of those things you gotta experiment with it to really start to master it.
Well, and
Uh,
that's
I do this.
anything.
This is what happens. What's up? Sorry.
I said that's anything.
Yeah.
Really, when you go through a certification class, it is just your license to learn. You've been given the fundamentals, but now you have to go out and you have to work with it. So it's really a license to learn, to be proficient. And so, really good question though. How many dives does it take for a diver to be maybe not master buoyancy, but you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Comfortable with your buoyancy, maybe?
Comfortable, yeah. It's I'm trying to think. There's a word for it, and I had it on the tip of my tongue, and it just went whoop. Uh, but yeah, proficient. There we go.
Proficient,
How
yeah,
many
okay.
dives does it take a diver to be proficient with their buoyancy? I mean,
I
there's
mean,
going to be a lot of factors.
I would say I'm all right as long as I'm just diving. Now, if I throw a reel in my hand, oh, it's like I'm all over the place again. So,
Well, I mean, and
uh,
that's the reason I said, it really depends on the equipment configuration. If a student diver purchases their gear and does their training in their gear, they are getting a head start on being comfortable in their gear. So that's going to be a little bit of a head start. Now, if they go through class and they don't purchase their gears, let's say they rent for the first year or two of diving, they may do 20, 30, maybe 40 dives a year. But, they're kind of feeling out, see what they like better, then they're having to reconfigure every time they step into a different set of rental equipment. So it takes a little bit longer. They're going to get the concept, but, they're diving in gear that maybe they were trained on a jacket style. Now they're renting a back inflate in Cozumel. They've never dove a back inflate, so there's a lot of variables.
yep, yeah. I mean, changing from one BC to another alone, or different tank sizes,
Oh, yeah.
different exposure suits, all of those change your configuration and how we dive. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And that's one common question, we get every season. Somebody who hasn't been in freshwater in a couple of years, they dive saltwater and they come to the park. Oh, well, I wear, 16 pounds with a 3 mil in saltwater. Okay. So now we're trying to convert. All right. Well, 16 pounds in saltwater with a 3 mil would be, 10 to 12 pounds estimate in freshwater if you're diving the same 3 mil. Now, if you're diving
yeah,
something thicker, then it's going to be so. There's a lot to consider.
yeah. Yeah. Normally, even though you come out of salt water and you're wearing your swimsuit, you come out and be wearing the same weight when you're in that 5 mil in freshwater. I don't know. That's typically how it works for me. It's different for everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you right now when I go out of the country. Now, of course, remember, depending on where you go, the density of the salt may be a little more, a little less. So there's going to be little variations in there. But I know that if I go with an aluminum cylinder, just my rash guard and my shorts, I'm doing 18 to 22 pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'll start with 18. If I need to bump it up a couple of pounds, I'll put a couple of pounds on. Boom, I'm done. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, normally I'm starting somewhere around 20, 22 pounds in salt water myself. And but depending on how many Christmas cookies I ate over the winter, I might have to jump that up to 24.
We should have made that the trivia question. How many Christmas cookies did JoJo eat during the Christmas break? We should have done that as a trivia question.
Well, it tends to be a lot considering we like to make Christmas cookies every year for Santa Claus. So,
Well, you know, I mean,
uh,
you got to indulge a little bit.
a little
But,
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
but yeah, so, and that's one thing that, if you've been diving for years and you've dove several different configurations with different kind of accessories, scooters or reels, stuff like that, then you kind of got a basis. But if you're building on your diving knowledge, then that's something you're going to have to figure out. Take the classes, use them in class. Well, I say class. The only ones you'll use reels for what search and recovery, wreck diving, things like that. But
Yeah,
practice it with your buddy.
yeah. I'll take a reel out and just run it around the quarry just to make sure I can keep my ties off, you know, fairly up to date.
Oh yeah,
Make sure they don't slip and they're put in properly. Yeah. It's just a good thing to practice. It's like you should practice your regulator retrievals and your mask removals.
yep.
So,
I wonder, and maybe we need to do a poll on this. Is just put a poll up on Facebook and see come up with you know how many times do you practice your open water skills on a dive or while diving? Do you flood your mask? Do you do your regulator retrieval? Just throw a couple three up there. Just see how many people do it.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, how many times have you had to take your weights out, shuffle them around, and I need to trim up a little bit here or there, so I'll take them out and I'll move them around. That's really the best time to do it to get your trim right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I can tell you,
I need to move down through my shoulder.
I practice mask clearing all the time. When the defog quits working, I flood my mask. so
Constantly,
so
yeah.
I practice that one constantly. Usually after the first dive, if I don't
Or
reapply it.
maybe, yeah, or you forgot to put it in. You don't want to just go back up to the dive boat because you forgot it.
That's the reason that I love my full face mask. I don't have to worry about fogging. Yeah, don't have to worry about fogging. So,
Full face mask with a still 100. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either.
oh goodness gracious! But yeah, I mean, that's one thing about it. There's new stuff that comes out all the time. Yeah, maybe something small, but like the Avelo, that's kind of a big thing. Changes the way that we dive. But with anything, whether it's dry suit, a velo, whatever. I mean, you got to get out. You've got to dive. You got to get comfortable with it. And just going through the class just gets you your certification, and that certification really is just a license to learn. You've got to do it and keep doing it to get proficient.
Yep. Gotta keep doing it. You gotta get with your peers, practice with them. You might be doing something, but what if you're doing it wrong? Somebody should point
Oh
it
yeah.
out to you.
Well, the perfect example is side mount diving.
Oh yeah, yeah. You cannot tell if your tanks are right by yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, perfect example right there. It's like going through open water class all over again. You're learning a different way to dive. And so, again, like Joe said, tank positioning. You're not going to be able to get it on your own. That's what the class is designed for.
No, I mean, that buddy, you look at him, and go, hey, does everything look right? Is everything streamlined? Are they nice and straight? And this one could be raised up a hair, so you might adjust your straps right there before you get started.
Yeah.
Or, so, yeah.
So yeah, and of course, there's a new class that's going to be offered that I don't know if you've heard about it. Actually, two new ones. Uh oh.
What
Intro
would
to
they be?
cave.
Oh, yeah, Intro to Cave.
Intro to cave,
Yeah,
and
I do know
and
about that one.
and advanced side mount.
Ooh, wow. I wonder what that entails.
Ask Brian.
I mean, I know about side mount. I didn't know there was an advanced side mount. Is that like carrying even more side mount models?
Ask Brian.
I was like, I
uh,
didn't know there was a whole nother level.
well, I mean, you got to think of it. When you're going into intro to cave, you're doing it either side mount or doubles. So that's
Typically.
yeah, typical. So the recreational side mount doesn't teach you what you need to go into an overhead environment. Is what I assume. I've never been through it, so I can't tell you exactly what it entails. But yeah.
Can't do it on a single because you got to have the backup equipment. So,
Oh yeah. You
the
got to have
rule of six
redundancy.
on a 30, on a 60 would be absolutely short.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into a cave with a 50. Yeah, no, not happening.
No.
I may sit there at the mouth of the cave like, ooh, this looks nice. I don't have enough to go back.
Yeah, I'm just
But
wondering what the turnaround point would be
I'm not even thinking about it. Really not. Yeah, because I'm not doing it.
now. Oh,
But no, I mean, in all seriousness, even like the solo class, I mean, you've got to have redundancy.
so
So
taking out the redundancy part, you'd have 500 psi that you have to turn back.
probably.
So you have enough time to probably get your stuff set up and start getting started, and then you
That's what the rebreather program's for.
turn around.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the reason I let Brian handle the technical end of it. So
Yeah, on side mount it was 1,000 psi. We roll off rule of sixes, not thirds. Thirds are
yeah.
for experienced people. We're
Again,
working conservative.
but you got to get out. You've got to dive. You got to get used to that configuration. Get used to that. And like anything else, once you've got you know several dives under your belt, you're going to be a whole lot more comfortable. Side mount, dry suit, whatever. You're going to be a whole lot more comfortable. And once you're comfortable, you're able to relax, and you're going to notice several little changes.
Oh yeah. I'm a much better side mount diver now than I was 2 years ago. A lot better.
Is that with or without your dry suit?
I haven't put the dry suit on. That's not had enough bravery to do that yet. That's a lot of weight.
And I think that was actually a trivia question a couple of years ago here on the show.
Yeah,
How much weight does JoJo need to dive side mount in his dry suit? You know,
yeah,
you know,
a
yeah,
lot.
and don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Oh,
You'd be surprised. I wished I could tell you exactly what episode to go back and look, but yeah, I don't.
and that
We'll let
was
people
me just to
guess.
think, not even to be comfortable, like to have an air bubble so I can swim with. It was like I've done that. I've added a little bit more weight to just when I dive my dry suit, just so I'm comfortable and don't have that squeeze on me. When I first
Yeah.
started, I was actually probably didn't even have enough weight then.
Well,
Even though I could,
again, like you said, when I first started,
yep,
you know,
when I first started,
that is it. When I first started, I had to have, 30 pounds of weight with a 5 mil suit. Okay, you know, what do you have now? Oh, I'm down to 20 now. You know, most of the times, especially in open water, new open water divers are typically overweighted. And it's just because they're so excited, they're holding more air in their lung volume, so their breathing, their sac rate sucks. Because they're
Yeah.
so excited, it's a new environment. They're seeing new stuff for the first time with their own eyes. So after about after about 100 dives, there you can notice the differences.
Yeah. Getting that sack rate under control is a big help.
Oh yeah, and I love it. The ones that I know that they come up and they will admit, "Hey, I suck cylinders down. I am horrible on air." And it's like, okay, well, how long you been diving? Oh, I've only been diving a couple of years. So you got 50, 75 dives, maybe 100 dives. And
Or the constant. I mean, that's another thing too. Are you only doing a few here or there? Or are you doing, you're staying up on it?
yeah, well, you got to also remember is those first 100 dives, you're putting your kit together. So you're getting new stuff if you don't buy everything all at one time. If you're piecing it together, which most divers do,
Those two.
then you're adding a piece here. Now you're diving with it. You add something else. Now you're diving with this. So you're going to be 20, 30 dives in. You may only have your tank or your regulator and your BC, and you still haven't gotten a tank. You may have a wetsuit, stuff like that. So you're still getting your configuration down. That first 100 dives, that's basically what that's designed is, so you can be proficient by the time you hit 100.
Yeah.
It's just a theory. I mean, that's just my theory. It's nothing proven, but that's my theory. That gives the divers, the brand new divers, the opportunity to put their gear together, to dive it, to get comfortable in that configuration, and to be able to start seeing the subtle changes on their sac rate and their buoyancy.
Yep. And then they get good at it. And we do something like throw a camera in their hands and they can start all over.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just got comfortable with all this stuff. Now we're throwing something else at them. Here you go. We throw scooters at Frank. Here you go, Frank. You got a
Yeah, yeah.
scooter.
Frank can have a scooter.
He likes to pull everybody, so that's something you got to look forward to in Bonaire. Just hook up with Frank. He'll pull everybody around.
Yeah, definitely. I'm probably going to have to steal the ones from the shop.
Well, I know a couple of others that's going to have them there with them too. So you guys are going to definitely have some scooters with you.
Oh yeah, we got a great group of people going. I can't wait. 'Cause I know all of them, and yeah, it's gonna be a
Oh yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, let's kind of switch it up a little bit, and going to
blast.
throw the question out: what are your diving education plans for this year? Are you planning on doing any kind of more classes, continuing education, something that you've really been looking at? You just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Throw it up in the comment box. We'd love to discuss it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, I keep my training going. There's always something I'm working on.
You're always learning. I mean, that's same here. I mean, I went through a Velo last year. I went through the Velo instructor last year. You're always learning.
You got your new dry suiting yet, don't you?
It's not here
No,
yet.
February. Not here yet. But
No,
that'll be a neat
it'll
tweak.
probably be March before it gets here.
Okay. The weather outside might turn a little bit nicer. The water will still be cold.
Well, the good thing about it, when the air starts warming up, the dry suit will really help the cold water, and then all I got to do is
Yep.
get out in the warm air, and I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah. The cold water's not the issue to me either. So.
It's the cold air. Well, I tell you, we had a couple of divers. It was before the Christmas break. They come down and I was really, I told them, I said, hey, we've got the warming container that's got the heater on. If you guys want, they came prepared. They had a self pop up insulated tent and they had a
Oh,
propane heater going and they had it right outside the pavilion they was using. So when they come out of the water, they just darted in there and they could take their dry suits off and, stay warm. I'm like, that, that right there is thinking.
yeah. I mean, I had that canopy and we put tarps all around it. Put a
Yeah.
heater in it. It
Well, I tell
worked
you,
pretty good.
yeah. I mean, you have. I won't forget when we took the trip to Florida, and we had your truck loaded down with all kinds of stuff, including the pop-up tent with the tarps, with the heater. I don't think we
Yeah,
ever pulled it out.
we never did. The weather was great, but the
Yeah,
year before that we froze.
yeah. That's the reason we took it. You always try to
It
be
was like, no,
prepared.
we ain't going to Florida and freezing again. I'm gonna bring some extra stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the year before we went down there and expecting Central Florida. It's going to be, hopefully in the 60s, mid 60s, close to 70s, and yeah, it was like a high of 45 all weekend.
Uh,
It
and the
was
wind was
miserable.
blowing. And oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
I picked the wrong
Understandable.
time to leave my dry suit at home because I'm thinking it's Florida. I'll use my 5 mil. The water's 70 degrees. I'll be fine.
Yeah, the water wasn't the issue.
No, it was the
Uh,
air. Frank says he loves his scooter.
I
uh,
like scooters too.
he also says, I'm thinking about an assistant instructor class. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Furthering that
great.
knowledge.
That's a
Well,
good one. You want to start learning how to really get into it. It's not about your knowledge there. It's actually about how you start portraying that.
yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I have to say about being a dive professional is, introducing new folks into the world of scuba. It's just like seeing their eyes light up, the first time, like, hey, I can breathe underwater. It's when you have the students that, you're having problems with, and then when it's something finally clicks with them, it's like a light switch, and then boom, they're doing it like they've been doing it for years. I mean, those are the moments that, makes me appreciate, being an instructor.
yeah, I mean, my daughter was a perfect example of the struggles of getting down. She
Mhm.
would not go down the line on her ascent. Uh, so we had to take a different approach, and I sprinkled diamonds or little toys, gems all across the ramp. She had to collect them all, and when we got to the bottom, I told her to look up, and she was absolutely you see her eyes get all big, and I mean her day was made at that point. So
Now you can't keep her out of the water.
no, she's by my side now.
Jordan, good evening, sir. He says, you're going to love that fourth element suit when you get it. Most comfortable suit I've been in. I am looking forward to it. I am super excited. As soon as it comes in, I'm probably going to take it out of the box and just head straight to Hopkinsville to the park and give it a shot.
Something tells me he tries it on in his bedroom first.
Well, I've actually got some pictures from the USIA days, JoJo.
That's blackmail.
And for those of y'all who don't know what USIA, it was a dry suit company that we worked with pre-pandemic. They had some awesome suits. I mean, before the pandemic. After the pandemic, it just went downhill quick. And when I say
Wait,
quick, I mean the pandemic hit, and by the end of 2021, first of 2022, boom, they were
yeah,
gone.
it's like everybody's getting in great suits. I was like, all right, I won't pull the trigger and get one, and I must have been at that cutoff line because I never got a good suit.
Yeah, I mean it's like a light switch, but yeah, yeah. So I've still got those pictures, JoJo. I'll have to look and see which hard drive they're on, but I still got it. I saved them
Yeah.
just for you.
I know they're either too small or way too big.
Well, what's really funny for those of y'all who actually know us, who have seen us, you know that I'm quite a bit taller than Joe. The second suit that they sent, that they made for him, it was too big for me. I mean, I could have used it for a tent. And I'm not
I'm
even
pretty sure Shaq
exaggerating.
probably had some room in it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh wow. So, but no, I mean, Fourth Element. We've had two suits come in. They both have been fit perfectly. The biomapping system Fourth Element has been spot on. It's 100% right now. I've got one ordered. Emily has one ordered. Brian has one ordered. So, if we can carry on that trend and we've got 5 people with the biomapping and it fits like it's supposed to, that says a whole lot about their proprietary biomapping system.
Yeah, I'm hoping that works all great because probably I'll be looking for another one here in 10 years myself. So,
You're not going to let yours get old enough to vote? I did.
oh, I'm hoping to be a lot skinnier by then, but I'll keep pushing.
I understand completely.
That would be a good reason to get a new dry suit, wouldn't it?
Well, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you get down to the point where it's just really not very feasible to dive the one you have now because it's a whole lot of airspace. Then yes,
yeah.
time for a new suit. But again, that is also a drawback to a custom suit.
It is. It'd be hard to sell it.
Yeah, I mean because it's like me personally, it would be hard for me to sell the suit that I had ordered. But, if you get somebody like Jordan, who, he's pretty average size, there's going to be more opportunities for him to sell his when he's ready for a new one versus me. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many 5'3" Oompa Loompas are walking around, but I'm the only one that I know of.
yeah. But yeah, back to Frank's thing. Thinking about assistant instructor, I mean, I think that's an awesome opportunity. It definitely enhances your diving knowledge. Also gives you the opportunity to work with students, in confined water setting. Dive master. I mean, there's a lot of people who decide just to go stop at dive master. But yeah, assistant instructor, that's definitely a great goal to have for sure.
Yeah, I mean, dive master. Now have responsibilities of leading dives and know the safety protocols. How to do all that. And then next, you got to start learning how to teach everybody how to be safe divers.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where I'm in the boat right now.
Well, it's
Working that way.
you've got to be safe, and you've got to know, you got to know the procedures to be safe. And so you start that, you get the foundation in Dive Master, and then you build on top of that, which SSI's changed things around over the years, and so it's a little bit more like I hate to say the other organization because I'm really not a fan of them
Not
anymore.
liking that either.
Yeah, but they're including the assistant instructor material with so you have to buy the instructor open water instructor material to get the assistant instructor. Which to me,
Yeah.
if
So
somebody just wants to go, they want to stop at assistant instructor, you know, they may never want to go to open water instructor. They may want to stay assistant instructor, which is perfectly fine. But, you're setting on, okay, if I ever decide to go, I've got the material. But to me, it's they should have left it separate And then if somebody wanted to do, wanted to go that route, then they could combine both sets of material, and carried it on. But
Yeah,
I don't make
fortunately, I got to buy the whole darn thing again.
for
I
your
can't just buy the instructor part. I got to do the assistant and the assistant part again.
yeah, and and you're already an assistant instructor, so
Yeah,
you
I got to
done
buy it again.
yeah, but you done that before they made that change. So I don't know how they're that's a good question.
I mean, modern, the instructor course is the instructor course, no matter what, first four chapters of the last four. So
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
buy it again.
Yeah, it's just and like I said, that's I love the direct or I love the system, but I wish they would just leave it alone. Yeah, I live by the philosophy: if it's not broke, don't fix it. And so, yeah, we just have to see what
I really
changes
like
happen.
the idea of being able to pick and choose what I want to learn. And they're kind of
Oh
taking
yeah,
that away from by doing these. Well, we're going to do a little bit of this class here and a little bit there. I know I want to be taught, and that's
yeah.
kind of what I'm paying for. That's here and now.
Well, and I'll just be straight up and honest. SSI had a superior uh, program when they were doing the four specialty programs for your advanced open water with a minimum of 24 log dives. You know, or Patty, advanced open water is 5 dives. You can do that right out of open water. Now you've got 9 dives and you're an advanced open water diver. And at least you had some more dives under your belt, plus you had 4 training classes under your belt, whether it was peak performance buoyancy, deep dive, wreck, night, whatever. You had 4 specialty classes and you have 24 log dives. Now you get your advanced open water. You get more time in the water. It's basically what I see made it better because you're getting more experience.
More time in the water with a professional who does this every day. This is
Yeah.
what they do every day. So,
So that's one of the dilemmas that we're facing right now because it was October SSI changed it to mirror what Patty's program. You know,
so,
they
yeah, you
do.
get a little bit of navigation mixed in with a
You,
little bit of deep and a
yeah.
little bit of night.
Well, you've got two.
You don't
You've
get
got
forced.
two required, which is your navigation and your deep dive. So you got to do a deep dive, navigation dive, and then there's 3 electives. It can be any one dive from any of the specialty catalog.
One dive ain't gonna do it. If I'm doing a recovery class and I gotta mess with bags and put down reels and do my search patterns, I need more than one dive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you look at it. You look at it. A lot of these places when you go on trips, if it's a dive like North Carolina, if you're doing, some of that advanced stuff where you're going to be 80, 90 feet, they want an advanced open water card.
Yep.
And if you haven't done any other classes but advanced, you've done one deep dive.
Yeah, and that's because North Carolina was kind of that was some serious diving. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
uh, that was nothing but deep dives with currents that can pick up. So I mean, you have to know what you're doing.
Well, and I'm going to say this, from the student perspective, if that's something that you're looking at, like a trip you're going to want to make that's going to require more advanced levels, then, go ahead and go for the specialty. Don't stop at just the advanced open water, but go ahead and go for that specialty. The bucket list, to touch the tectonic plates. What is Iceland?
Iceland, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
So,
it's
huh?
Iceland or Greenland. One of those two. I
Yeah.
think it's Greenland.
They require you to have dry suit certification, not advanced open water with, one of them being dry suit. You've got to have dry suit certification. So, if you're doing, the U boat or, one of the dives in North Carolina that's, 80, 90, 100 foot, you know, go ahead, get that deep dive specialty class. That's just makes sense.
I I think the way SSI has their deep dive class set up was the right call. Don't think one dive doing a deep dive is enough. Personally,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's, open water. Now you can do the specialty classes. You can take 4 specialty classes, but you don't get your advanced open water like you used to. You now get an advanced specialty diver course. Like, okay, what's an advanced specialty diver course? That's
so specialties.
okay,
Uh,
but the
I guess it's like one
pathway.
of those ranking cards. When they can send you a card. Oh, you made 200 dives. Congratulations. Hey.
Well, I mean, but that's recognition of your achievements. If you've done 100 dives, if you've done 250, if you've done 300, if you've done 500, I mean, it's good recognition. I mean, I encourage training agencies to do that because it makes the divers, as a diver, when I get something from SSI that I'm not expecting, hey, you passed this milestone, congratulations. Here's your card for it. That's pretty cool in my opinion.
No, I mean normally if you got some that many dives, your portfolio is pretty big. So
Yeah.
uh, after all at the core, if you got all 200 dives at the core, you might need to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, on the education aspect of it, you get your proficiency by doing, not by taking the classes alone. And so, the more experience you can get, the better diver you're going to be. And, the more education you have taken, the better diver you're going to be with that experience.
hmm Yeah, you need to have boat dives, shore dives, drift dives, deep dives. You know, uh, you need to get those experiences in to be a all around good diver.
Yeah, deep dive navigation, because not all dive sites you go to are going to have nice little markers on them to,
Well,
take you from one site to the other. On the reef system, we've dove both sides of Roatan. You'll leave what they call one dive site, and then you're on the next one that what they call. So, I mean, do you see a difference? Not really. Not when they're that close together.
our let's see, when we went down to the Keys and we didn't really get on the reef, it was just little spots of coral here or there.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think we ever really found the reef that day.
yeah. Now, well, and the current too. Was
And the current, yeah, we
yeah.
got some current. We couldn't get it back out of it, so
Oh yeah. That is true. That is true. So yeah. So education plus experience definitely makes a more proficient diver. And so the more education you have, and that's the reason I applaud Frank. I mean, I know what classes he has taken thus far, and by wanting to go to the looking at the assistant instructor rating, furthering your knowledge, working with students, definitely brings a wealth of knowledge. Because let me tell you, when
yeah,
you're working with students, you will see a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Uh,
They'll go
you know,
over the safety protocols and how to stage yourself, and
yeah, because I
a
mean
lot
they're
of good
learning.
knowledge.
So you definitely you'll enjoy it. It's fun. It really is.
Yeah, a lot to it. A lot of it was fun. Yeah, especially when you get to be the bad students. Those are always
that's really that's really the fun part in professional development is when we get to play the bad student. You know, that's yeah, yeah, we have fun with that.
yeah. How are you gonna handle me? Probably we act pretty bad.
We only do what we're told.
Yeah, only do what we're told. Yeah.
We only do what we're told. Oh, all right, JoJo. Well, we've got about 7 minutes left. It has been a very nice evening back. Uh,
Yes.
Definitely have enjoyed chit chatting with everybody on here. Yeah,
Now we just need the better, warmer weather so we can do diving thing.
amen to that. I am definitely, the faster they can get my dry suit, I would wear it around like outside today.
Yeah,
It would
especially
be
those
warm.
undergarments. I have done that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People, I'd get a lot of funny looks, but hey, I'd be warm.
Yeah, I have worn my undergarments underneath my coveralls coveralls at work.
That's really the advantage of owning a dry suit is in the wintertime, you don't have to worry about buying a snowsuit or insulated underwear.
Oh,
Throw your
that's
dry
a
suit
great
undergarments
snowsuit.
on.
Yeah, great snowsuit right there, and it's custom
Yeah.
fit.
If you really want a great pair of insulation and you don't want to get the dry suit, you can just buy the insulation. I mean, really. Oh, goodness
Probably more
gracious.
expensive than if you just have on a snowsuit.
Yeah, you got to be able to, yeah, to justify, spending $400 or $500 for something you're going to wear outside just to shovel snow twice a year, you know. But speaking of snow, unfortunately, um, yeah, it's hopefully, yeah.
I know. I'm looking at it right now, and next weekend is not looking fun.
Well, you keep looking up, so I'm just wondering what you're looking at. So now we know.
Yeah, the temperatures, because I'm looking up, but all I see is it going down.
Yeah, well, it's real funny because I'm showing it's 15 here right now. 15 degrees.
Yeah, I
So,
got 14. Yeah, so
oh,
pretty
okay.
close. Yeah, I got nice moon out tonight apparently. So no no clouds.
Well, and
But
on that, it's not scuba related, but they are saying there's a geomagnetic storm that will make the northern lights visible tonight with your cameras on your phone. So if you've got a clear sky, go outside, put it on night shot. You might see the northern lights. I
you
just
gonna
want to
turn
throw that
that
out
into a
there.
specialty class?
Northern light diver. There you
Yeah.
go.
I
Kind of like
might have to
our.
go a little further north.
So since we're no longer a patty facility, and I wonder. I guess they can't use my distinctive specialty without my permission.
Yeah, I would say that would be hard.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
that I see us
Not.
doing a solar eclipse.
Yeah, I don't see it, but if hey, it is what it is. I still own it.
the, the 20 people that got that certification have a really nifty certification.
Hey, not too many. Hey, that's the thing. There's only like 20 in the world that have it.
Yeah,
So they are
that's
definitely
the
an
20.
elite group. There you go. All right,
Yeah, I remember
JoJo.
that day I was flipping hamburgers.
The
Uh,
what?
anyway, I said I remember that day I was flipping hamburgers.
Well, all right, JoJo. It is 4 minutes till that hour. Do you have any final thoughts for us for this evening?
Glad to be back. Happy 2026. Yeah, it's gonna be a great year. I can already feel it. So, a lot to do, a lot to explore, a lot to learn. Hopefully, everybody's gonna stick around and learn it with us. So, yeah,
Bring on the warm water.
Warm water.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to see warm water before I do. So,
I might see some cold water before then too. Who knows?
you might. Yeah, you might. All right, guys. Well, again, happy New Year to everyone. We hope you had a successful 2025. You got to accomplish everything that you wanted to do. We hope you've made your goals and your plans for 2026. And I tell you, we just can't wait to get the 26 season started because it is going to be such an awesome time at the park this year. Again, lots of stuff planned to go on. As soon as we have dates and everything nailed down, we're going to put a calendar of events out or a list of events, and we may be adding stuff to it. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome time to be diving at Pennyroyal this season. So our 32nd season. Wow, 32nd.
30. Yeah.
Is
Already
that?
got police trips scheduled for 2027 too. So
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward to that.
That's the spring trip in 27. So still about a year out on that. So, but it's open. So.
Open. All right.
All right, and of course, you know the usual trips: the Georgia Aquarium, the Roatan, and then of course Women's Dive Day, and then like I said, we've got a couple of demos on the tentative end. We're waiting on confirmation for the dates to put those out. Going to be a fun time.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right, JoJo. Well, it's come to that time that we say goodbye until next Monday night. If you're diving this weekend, we hope you stay warm. We hope you have a fun, safe, and adventurous diving weekend. We're not. We're going to be diving if it don't snow in the pool. So
If it does so.
yeah, if it don't snow. So hopefully that we'll get to do that. But everybody have a great, wonderful, and safe week. And we'll see you guys right back here next Monday night here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, go ahead and hit it. Helps us out. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday night right here on Monday Night Safety Stop.